Can gluten intolerance develop later in life, even if I've never had issues before? Well, I share a story about my husband's tennis buddy who was in his late 50s, I imagine, when he finally got to the point where he had a reaction to gluten that was strong enough that he ended up in the emergency room with a restricted airway. So, absolutely, these issues can accumulate to the point where it's creating a severe problem as we age. I imagine that there were signs along the way, but those signs either went ignored or were suppressed with some sort of symptom suppressor. And so I really urge you that if you are using a symptom suppressor of some sort, discontinue use immediately unless it is a prescription medication. And in the case of a prescription medication, then I would send you back to that prescribing doctor and ask you to work with that prescribing doctor to help you get off that medication. And you're going to do that by eliminating gluten and some of the other common things that I find people have accumulated sensitivity to. If you're wondering more about that, I suggest that you look into my human energy system reboot. Avoiding what I refer to as the Fierce Five is one of the 7 ways we use in the human energy system to reboot our internal processes and systems. So this accumulated toxicity is causing stress, and stress also allows toxicity to accumulate. So stress is a real cornerstone of a problem with any sort of disease. Over 90% of disease, research has shown, is directly correlated to stress. And I believe that number is actually higher because they're really not factoring in all the ways stress shows up. What really you're seeing is that you have manage the stress, the toxic stressors, the regular stress until the point where the symptoms are showing up. So once symptoms start showing up, that's not the first signs of it. That's just the sign that your body's finally hit its limit. So please don't take that sign or symptom lightly. That is basically a big flashing yellow warning sign.